so funny. I was in the bathroom with Billie Eilish and like they had security outside and stuff. They just let my mom go in and my mom like she's like washing her hands. She's like, hi, it's my mom. And then and then my mom's like, are those toilets free? And Billie's like, oh check. And she like checks the bathroom for my mom.
Don't come back to me.
On FBI 94.5, that was Kamilaroi, Samoan woman, Southwest Sydney R&B artist Rebecca Hatch with Down For Me featuring Kat Strat. She's got a few stellar singles to her name yet, that being one of them. She was nominated for Next Big Thing at the FBI Smack Awards, and she's on the lineup for Club Curry at Carriage Works as part of NAIDOC Week. Ahead of that, she joins us in the studio right now. Rebecca Hatch, great to have you back.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Oh, absolutely. I want to, before we begin, really hark back to a big moment for you last year in May. You sang an Indigenous rendition of the national anthem for the NRL Indigenous round at Leichhardt Oval. I saw it on the news. It was huge. It was beautiful. Can you take us back to that moment?
So I think last year I got asked to do the anthem and I had been singing it for a while in Darul language, which is out where I live in Campbelltown. I learnt that through school and I got permission through elders to sing it. I know like the anthem's always been something that's really controversial and it's something that I personally don't agree with, so me performing that was kind of, I wanted to make a statement and just putting my own rendition on it. I think now I got asked to do it again, but I wasn't able to do it like this year. But I think it's time for change. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Let's absolutely change the national anthem to that rendition. It was beautiful. Down For Me is the single we heard earlier, but it's a track that still stands out, particularly with its use of dual language. And I know language is such an amazing thing, especially for you to have a relationship with, switching lyrics between English and cat rapping in Mandarin. What brought about the exploration of language in that song?
So my friend Kat, so this song actually was like a year 10 school assignment.
Year 10?
So
So how old were you when you started
writing? I think I was
writing
like 16 or something. 16.
How many assignments can people say that they've got now playing on the radio? That's so good.
It's crazy. So that song me and her wrote it together for our school assignment, like for music. Wrote that, but also my friend, so she's half Chinese and she speaks fluent Mandarin. She was on a TV show in China called Rap of China. She's like, so she rapped heaps, and then it was just funny. We were like, oh nah, like you should just do verse in Mandarin, and she did it, and we handed it in. We like got full marks, and then I remember I put it on Triple J Unearthed, and then like the only reason it got traction is because it won the National Indigenous Music Awards in the high school section, which was like crazy.
Huge.
Yeah, it was like so funny because it wasn't even like mixed or mastered or anything. It was a school assignment. We're like, oh crap, it's actually like playing on the radio now.
A plus and now all over the radio. You mentioned you grew up in Campbelltown between two cultures, being Samoan and Aboriginal as well. I feel like the music and movement, dance is first and foremost a form of storytelling. What was your first introduction to storytelling growing up?
I think storytelling, I always grew up around mainly Samoan heritage, so always seeing like family dance, and I learned how to do like Siva Samoa and a lot of other things like that. But then as I got older, it kind of like I realized a lot more things. You know, like when you're young, you kind of just do things because like it's what you know.
It's a dumb thing.
It's kind of like what you know. But then as you get older, you realize like what things actually mean. So yeah, as I got older, especially as I started going into high school, I think I got a lot more involved in Indigenous storytelling. Yeah, because growing up, it's always hard, especially coming from a mixed family and coming from a culture that a lot of it has been stolen. It was always hard for me to learn a lot of things that, you know, it wasn't there for me to, you know, like learn them. Yeah.
Have you ever considered involving Samoan language in your music?
Well, the past few weeks that I've actually been thinking about doing something like that. Maybe in the future. You know, I feel like I have a lot of Islander and especially Samoan listeners, because I think there's a lack of like Pacific Islanders in mainstream music.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think a lot of them want to support other artists. So Yeah, hopefully soon, maybe. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
for
yeah.
sure. That'd be so exciting. Now, Rebecca, when artists come in here, they usually have people waiting in the producer's booth, their chaperones, their publicists and managers. It's cool, but it's not as cool as the person that you have here with you today, taking you around. Should we give him a special shout out?
Yeah, shout out to my mom that's sitting here. My mom always comes with me.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name's Tammy.
Shout out to Tammy.
And yeah, my mom's like, woo.
Yeah. Does Tammy accompany you on all your gigs and stuff?
Yeah, well, she usually comes to everything because when I started music, I was 16, so I was underage. I remember like I did NAIDOC block party, I think it was like last year. And because I was 17, I performed and I had to leave straight away. The securities were like waiting to like, sorry, you gotta go. And I'm like, oh. So my mom always had to like come with me since I started doing gigs and shows. Yeah.
But you've been playing pretty big festivals as well, right? Like Groove in the Moon and
Yeah,
Maitland. And was Mum backstage kind of
Mum
rubbing
was
shoulders
just
with the
chilling.
artists? Yeah.
Yeah. I came back and like everyone was waiting to see Billy. And I remember my mom just like comes out of the bathroom. She's like, oh, just with Billy, had a good chat. And I was like, what?
And this is Billie Eilish we're talking about. Like, she's probably, at this stage got like 10 people deep around her trying to like keep people away.
Yeah.
But Tammy, she's got the in. Rebecca, you've linked up with the Bad Apples crew for Club Curry. It seems like they definitely are growing into a really beautiful big family.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with Briggs and the crew?
I think being like an Indigenous artist, of course, a lot of other Indigenous artists always want to support other people. So ever since I did music, I kind of like, I met Nookie, I met Philly, and to me, especially because I'm younger and I'm a female, they kind of just treat me like a little sister. So they kind of just took me under their wing and always wanted to like help me. Yeah, so I think everyone just kind of knows what's going on. Always when there's another artist coming up, you always kind of hear about them. Yeah, that's how I kind of met them, started doing a few shows. I remember I did the Sydney Opera House for the Bad Apples house party with Briggs.
How was that?
Yeah, that was crazy. It's funny because it's like the blackest party in the whitest building.
Yeah.
Like,
in so many ways.
Yeah, it's so funny. But it was really, really good. Yeah, and everyone in Bad Apples crew, I love them so much. They're just like a big family, big brothers, and yeah, I really look up to Briggs.
Yeah. He'd be the best Brig brother to have.
Yeah,
for
Briggs
sure.
is great. Yeah, he's cool.
Club Curry, it's happening as part of NAIDOC Week celebration this week, and this year's theme being Voice, Treaty, Truth. What does this year's NAIDOC theme mean to you personally, Rebecca?
Personally, I think it's about speaking up. I think it's about accepting things and kind of acknowledging things that have happened in the past. There's things still happen, but I think it's about acknowledgement and creating change for Indigenous people. Yeah,
Absolutely.
sure.
Before I let you go, you're very graciously going to perform your latest single, Levels, live in the studio for us. Are you ready to do it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it.
You tell me you love me, well, you should not be so carefree. You tell me you trust me, you can't comprehend what's beneath. I hate to tell you, but our future I cannot foresee. I want to place the blame on my mind. It's already said you don't get to pick and choose how you lose. And you've been trying to keep it sweet, but there's a busy line to compete. Just come and shoot your shot and leave. You'll never be able to understand my levels. I only like to tempt you and I boy, yet not special. Can I at least say that I want you? You'll never be able to see from my point of view. Hey, 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 hey. Try to play me once, I'll pass you to my friend. If you try to play me twice, I'll move on to your friend. If you try to run and hide, I'll find you, I'll find you. Try to play me once, I'll pass you to my friend. If you try to play me twice, I'll move on to your friend. If you try to run and hide, I'll find you, I'll find you. Calling from the north and the west, coming to the east. Say you got that love, I've been sensing your fake energy. Know I got that thrill, see you lurking, always stalking me. Hitting up my friends and you about to make some enemies. And we both should know we passed the stage. But you just won't move, you keep standing your ground. Just come and shoot your shot and leave. You'll never be able to understand my levels. I only like to tempt you and I'm bored, you're not special. Can I at least say that I want you? You'll never be able to see from my point of view. Hey, 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 hey. You'll never be able to see from my point